So very wonderful good morning to all the participants who are gathered over here. I welcome you all to the AICTE at FDP organized by Department of International Business, Alagappa University, Karakudi. Now let me welcome Dr. K. Chitra Devi Madam to introduce our resource person, Dr. Mohammed Jamshed Sir. Madam, please welcome.
Please ask her to unmute, no?
Yeah. Yeah. Hello. Madam, Dr. K. Chitra Devi, Madam, please unmute your audio.
Yes.
Yeah, now it is audible.
Yes, ma'am. So very good morning to all and all persons here. It's a pleasure to start this special occasion by heartily welcoming everybody. I take this opportunity to thank our Honorable Chancellor for this FDP program. A heartily welcome to our respected Head of the Department, Dr. Muthuswamy sir. Once again, welcome, sir. It's a privilege and pleasure to welcome our department faculty members and research scholars. And I am also welcome our participants for the FDP program. And I would like to thank our head of the department and faculty members for giving the opportunity to welcome the eminent resource person of this session, Dr. Mohammed Jamshed. Professor is a management graduate from Institute of Chartered Financial Analysis of India, Dehradun, and Indian Institute of Management, Calcutta. And also, he is a member of Ayush Ethical Committee, Government of India. He has 9 years of corporate working experience with the leading financial service companies before joining academics. And he is teaching supply chain management, consumer behavior, and corporate governance also. His research interests are supply chain management, value chain, blockchain, knowledge engineering, agriculture supply chain, market risk, and integration of market intermediators. So thank you to all to present here. Once again, I welcome you all the participants to participate in our FDP program. Welcome you all.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Now let me welcome our resource person, Dr. Mohammed Jamshed sir, to take over the session. Sir, please.
Thanks, Sundar sir. Thanks a lot. Warm welcome for the pleasant morning. Hopefully, you all are well, fit and fine. Your family is doing well. Now we are actually doing something at the point of juncture where people are, spread with different things, and we should thankful to Almighty that He has given us the time to contribute to the knowledge enhancement, and we will take an intention that whatever the knowledge we are going to take or we will learn, that because we are from the teaching fraternity, we will utilize this skill set to uh, disseminate these things or some more things with added value towards the society and for our country. That's what we can do in these times, and thanks a lot for the management to decide and take such a bold step, because when we talk about blockchain, I will not going to bore you a lot, because I'm not going to the that much technical depth of the technicalities. Rather, I try to touch some of the things which is very much related with your the normal subjects, general subjects. So first of all, to begin with the session, I want to give you some explanation that about myself. For that, I just want to show something to you. Uh, I'm presenting it. I think that it is visible. So I am available at LinkedIn, okay, and you can very well easily understand what is my profile and all. And actually, I have done some research with as well. So I was a brief introduction is already being given, but there are some introduction I want to add, because I worked for financial services or financial industry for around 9 and 10 years. And I realized the potential of technology on those platforms, and where we lie means where our financial systems are, and the hard time we are with which we are spending in these days are on the financial front only. And because of the NPA or because of the banking procedure and so on, we are facing some of the issues. So I am a management graduate from ICFI Business School, and I am Calcutta, and I have a deep you say interest towards the technology, and this is my Google Scholar. I have just begun my academic journey from 2015-14 when I enrolled for the PhD program, and before that I have no published work. I have no idea about these things, and within these years I have achieved some of the milestone, and my best cited paper is not much, but it is on the Claude ERP arrangement, and that is being published by IEEE. I have been represented India in many of the platform internationally on these concern, and I am very fortunate enough for the government that they have given us some type of exposure to me to add value towards the medical system of India, and we are working on that to make those to boost those things. When we are going through this this is about my presentation, and coming on the topic which we are going to take, because it looks like it's a very hard topic, blockchain. Okay, it looks like it's a very something which is not related to me. We are going to relate to them. The reality is different. Reality is just, it is a rhetoric. Okay, the reality is something different. Reality is that we are not going to learn blockchain, but the blockchain is the need of the blockchain is coming in such a speed to us that if we are not able to understand that, we are not going to give some value addition. So it is a part of our research, it is a part of our thinking, and broader the spectrum, broader the thinking would be, the better would be the result. For that, the topic which is being assigned to me, before begin with that topic, I just want to say something about that, related to some of the issues maybe you are knowing, and I'm just going the recap of that, and then I will come on my topic. So you all are aware maybe about I think that presentation is visible to all of you, I hope. Actually, I have while I am presenting to you, I am cross-checking with my set also, because my camera is with other system, and I am speaking with other systems. So if something will happen, I will not be totally discarded from the system. That is my intention. Okay, so don't be confused. For there would be 2 login from my side, and it is just to check it out that whether I am presenting the things is visible to others or not, whether I am audible or not. So it's a self-made system from my side. I am doing that. So we all are aware about these things, I hope. Year 2008, world banks failed.
Not visible, sir.
It is not visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, it is visible from me. The
Visible,
case is
sir.
same for. Is
Sir,
it
you
for
should.
is it for everyone or it is for someone? Because it may happen in some time that our systems are not working.
For me, it is visible, sir.
So
Sir,
those who have logged in with the mobile phone, do one thing: erase some of the photos which is in your uh, you know album. So it will be easier for you to see the things. I think that you, or if possible, log off once,
It's
then
visible,
log.
sir.
Okay, I am just suggesting that do one thing. You can log off firstly. You can log off, then log in. Okay, then the things will be visible. Okay. So I try to make my session interesting and rememberable, so that, because nowadays the online platforms are there, people are actually present sometime on present in a very different manner. So I want screen presence for everyone. So if you will be in screen presence, then you can add value to me, and you can assist me and make me also to learn some of the things. Maybe some of your question I need to work on those questions, and I will learn more. So I am not going to 2000. Okay, 2000 is again one of the recession or one of the small jerk which financial industry has realized. But 2008 was so visible. Lehman Brother, or the Central Bank of America, or any financial institution, you name it, uh, was totally collapsed at that time. And it is being realized at that time that we need some solution. What will happen if the government is not taking a right decision, if the authorities are not capable enough, or there are some unethical practices are going on? We cannot check everyone's intention all the time. It is not possible at all. Maybe some mistake, that is the nature of omission or commission or something like that, but that can happen. So at that moment of time, you all have realized that what had happened, not only the America, but entire world has witnessed those recession. And there was the thing which was developed, that is called lack of trust on the system, on centralization, on governance. And that that was the alarming tone that every country has realized. And there was that has changed the entire thing. So that's why, because we actually believe in finance, we cannot believe on people 100% on all senses, because no one can be wrong. Okay, the psychologist says that no one can be wrong on that point of time, but the action which he or she is doing is not correct. There is a difference between correct and right. A right thing is that I want to achieve something in my life. Okay, I want a very good house, I want a car, I want a luxurious life, and so on. That is good for me, I am thinking. But what is correct for me, it is very different. What is correct for me, it depends upon the resources I have, or what I should do. So in financial system, we cannot believe on any individual, any model, any person. That is the thing which had happened in the previously, and we have noticed what has happened. So that the things, for that, the solution would be what? The solution would be something which is beyond that, which should be something. So is there any issue? Mail. Okay, I will mail. I will mail, inshallah. I will mail, don't worry. I'm not able to see the, just a minute. Okay, wait. Right now. Senthil sir, do you want right now? I will mail you. Okay. I have not made a very good presentation, but I will mail you. Okay.
Good morning, sir. The thing is, can you please make it in the presentation mode, slideshow?
Okay, I will. Because
Thank you,
it's
sir.
just the introductory part. When I will come on the actual slide, it will.
It's
Okay.
fine now, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot. When we talk about the blockchain actually try to address that issue, the issue which the world was facing, and I have already explained that. A mathematical system which need to be, replicate, and which is normally known as, okay, that system is cryptography. Cryptography is not as easy as it looks like. Okay, just like we are doing some engineering or some graduate degree or something like that. It is some type of language which we need to learn. Okay, cryptography is not is a very complex type of structure which need to understand, and that is a very different thing to I will explain some of the part of it, but we cannot explain in a short time about cryptography. It's a full-fledged, a specialization is needed. In the cryptography, there is a computing hash codes can be developed. Hash code is like, we are making suppose A and B has done some transaction, and to recognize those transaction, A and B has developed something unique so that they can remember those things. So hash code, I will explain in the later side how the hash code happened, and that is the coding. Just like in our normal life, we are coding. Two friends are just talking to each other, and there is a code. They realize that what they are saying, but others are not realizing. That is the different type of codes we are using in our life as well. So that is just a computing code which is called hashtag, and it's like a signature, your own signature. Okay. So the only difference is that hash code keeps changes, okay, with the changes in input that I will explain later on. Then there is the second sequence in the blockchain is the chain of event. Okay, chain of event is actually needed. So because there are many activities are happening. Okay, first of all, we need to, if we want an answer, so we will have to connect the logic behind that activity. Normally, if we want to recall something, okay, if we have gone to shop something, okay, and we are trying to recall that, oh, this product I have seen somewhere else, okay, and what was the feedback. So at that time, what we are doing, we are actually trying to connect with the previous memories, okay, and there would be the logic behind connecting those memories, and we are able to solve those issues, those questions which is arising. So in the same way, that chains can be but we are not able to realize that. But in that system, in blockchain, actually we are creating those chains, so we are able to realize that this is the way that it will go. So all block, okay, block, I will tell you what the block is. All block contains previous transactions. So if suppose today I did something, okay, related to my mobile phone, related to my laptop, related to my family expenditure, related to my car insurance, related to my something, there are many activity I have done. So today's maybe I will make a day block related to my day-to-day block, okay, or maybe I make a block related to like if I take like ledger, a car, okay, all the car element is there, okay. So like family expenditure, all the family expenditures are there. So it is like that. Then how we will connect it, there would be procedure that is called proof of work. I will explain it in the later in other when we will begin with the topic. So there are something which we normally develops, okay, and this development is based on certain evidences. On these evidences, we are actually able to understand that there is a relationship between these evidences, and when we are establishing the relationship with these evidences and trying to get the output, okay, so obviously there is an issue. There is an issue is what how safe these all blocks are and these informations are, okay. How safe means no one can change it, okay, tamper it. That is the issue, and that's why there is a different basic structure which we need to develop. So for that, we need to understand the anatomy and the network part of this blockchain. Okay, that is our topic, I suppose. Just a second. So for that, we need to go for the, I hope it is visible. Is this visible? No. Just a second. I think that it would be visible very soon. I hope that it is visible. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It is.
Yes, sir,
So
it's visible, sir.
I have already. Thank you. Thanks a lot. So what is blockchain? An open distributed ledger that can record transaction between two parties efficiently and in a verifiable and permanent way. Okay, this is the definition I have taken from Wikipedia. Okay, so that is not a very robust, the correct definition, but it is a definition. So here we can say that open means it can be, the information can be, the inputs can be received from any end. Distributed, it is, the spread is much wider. It is a sort of ledger. Ledger we all know, because I am thinking that you are from the finance domain, but even if you are not knowing, if you someone is coming from other domain, ledger is just a simple diary which we maintain for each on the basis of the transaction. Suppose Jamshed is doing some transaction and there are many students in your class. Okay, one of the student is Jamshed. Okay, so you want to keep my actions in my ledger. My means there would be the page name Jamshed, and you are keeping all the information, whatever I am doing and whatever I am, you are suggesting to me to do. So these both things in the form of debit or credit you are putting on your ledger. So that is the ledger. The complete information of Jamshed's transaction can be available in Jamshed book. That is ledger. Okay. So then P2P, peer-to-peer, so point to point. Okay, just like nowadays we are using what we are earlier we was working on the database management system. What does it do? A database management system is the collection of all the data at one place, and from that software or from that system you are going to handle the data. Now the data are coming from from different places, like from mobile phone, from laptop, from personal computer, from any inputs are coming from the web page and so on. So if the data is has such a spread, and if the data has some spread, the light has gone from my side. Hopefully I am audible. Am I audible?
You are audible, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm trying.
You are audible, sir.
So okay. And the nature is permanent. So whenever we are putting some inputs, that in the blockchain we are taking is permanent. Permanent means whenever we are putting those things, we are not able to remove those things. So just moving ahead on that, how does a blockchain work? Suppose there is a number one, it's a pictorial representation, easy to understand. A user request for a transaction. Those transaction is being saved in a box that is called block. Okay, that is one function of the block. Save all the things, all the transaction which the person has done, and it is being saved in a box that is called block. And these block actually able to broadcast to all the nodes of the network. Means there would be different blocks. Today I did something, tomorrow I have done something, the day before tomorrow I have done something, I have done something in after some before some week, and so on. So there is a number of blocks. Okay, my all actions are there, and it is being connected with different nodes, and these nodes, okay, so the block is added to the chain. My block, whatever I made, that block is added to, I'm giving my reference. If there is a bank and I am a customer, I have my block, and all my block is also connected with the nodes, and there are different customers in a block. My block is also added in that block. So whatever the transaction I have done, that is verified and executed, because all the nodes, there would be some nodes which is the bank's operation, and it is able to give the clarification means the sanctity settlement, and that settlement is being happened with the help of transaction. It is a simple process to understand. So what are the benefit of blockchain technology? Okay, it will give a simple, a very fast handling. It is immutable, no one can tamper it. The transaction once made cannot be tampered, cannot be removed. Okay, and there is a shared system and distributed system. So even if like we are work from home or something like that, okay, and I am a customer of my bank in Mumbai and I am living at Delhi, okay, it is not an issue. So no need to to come again and again to the branch and you have to do the things. You have a shared and distributed things. So decentralized means decentralization, not dependent on server based technology. So we are not dependent on any server. So you may have seen that the server boxes are there in any bank, any financial institution. If you have visited, the branch office is being considered only better if they have a server at their end. If the server is not there, no, they cannot. They are actually dependent on the main branch or head office. So that concept is not there, not dependent on server based technology. No one has authority over the system. The system itself is more secure. Okay, there is a system which is more secure. Rather than the permission is being needed from one person or two person or the authority, the system itself is able to correct those mechanisms, and that's why it increases network capacity. Okay, it is much more capacitative than the traditional network system is, because it is a less time consuming, fast, and able to deliver things as quick as we can think, just like a click away. So public versus private blockchain network, there are two systems. One is the public blockchain which is being used. Public blockchain is permissionless. Okay, there is no need to take a permission to anyone. It is for the public, anyone can. It is an open network where all the devices can freely access without any kind of permission. So even we are open to connect with any mobile, so or any apparatus we can. Okay, like we are using many of the financial payment systems, we can able to connect from anywhere. Okay, we can put the necessary things, and we are in the blockchain. So the ledger is shared and transparent, and whenever we are entering into it, these informations can be very well accessible from every other chain member. That then we have a private blockchain system, that is there we need to develop a permission permission system. A user had to be permitted by the blockchain authority before he want to or she want to access it. Okay, so that is the thing, that is the difference between. Then the centralized versus decentralized versus distributed network. So centralized, we can easily understand. Okay, all the nodes are connected to the one place, that is called centralized network. Okay, that is a single authority. Okay, the second is decentralized. We have a different authorities in place. Okay, so here no single authority or server control the nodes. And distributed network, every node is independent and interconnected with each other. So there are three network normally available for, if we will develop a blockchain system, we can use this. So we should know before we start with the things, the different terms which is being used in the blockchain. The first term I am using is airdrop. Airdrop is a process of distributed free. My speed is fine, or I want to make it more slow. Is it okay? It is I'm able to disseminate the things or not, because you are on the other end. Is it fast? It's yes, normal.
Sir, yes, sir.
Okay,
It is fast.
okay, I am trying to make it slow. Okay, sorry. Airdrop.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Shalu.
Sir, I've got a doubt on the previous slide. Can I proceed?
Yeah, please.
Previous slide.
This one.
Yeah. So here decentralized and distributed network.
Yes, sir.
Do you mean that this decentralized network, you have a group controller, like a white dot is there, bigger white dot there. So that means all the child nodes are under that control.
Okay.
Whether decentralized in its 2 cents represent distributed like that? Am I
Actually,
reaching you, sir?
your voice is not clear enough to understand. Can you type the question, your question?
No, the decentralized network truly represents the distributed nature
Yes,
because
yes.
because you have a bigger white circle that is the controller like which controls the slave nodes or the children nodes like. Okay, so decentralized.
It is the network type. Okay, the different types of network exists. Okay, and
Okay.
it is up to you that what type of network you want to select or make for the blockchain. Okay, different for the different situation, different type of networks can be needed. Okay, it is your understanding.
Okay.
That the question I will ask in the latter of the slide, that whether blockchain is going to replace everything, that the answer is coming from there only. So there are different networks available when we are talking about computer sciences. Okay, they talk about some of the network systems. This is that. So blockchain actually try to use any of these. It depends upon their suitability.
Okay, sir, I got a doubt because you
Yeah,
have a hierarchical
excuse
structure.
me. Hello, excuse me, Vijayalakshmi madam.
Yes, sir.
We are allocating 15 minutes of time at the end of this session for the Q&A.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, thank you so much.
Maybe some of the dots will be clear when we will cross some more destination, inshallah. Okay, no issue. Very good question. Airdrop is a process of distributed free cryptocurrency coins to the general public. Airdrop is being used as a term. It means it is a process of distributed free cryptocurrency coins to the general public. Altcoin is any cryptocurrency other than Bitcoin. Means when we are talking about any other cryptocurrency, it is altcoin. Bitcoin, you all know, I am not explaining it because Satoshi Nakamoto has developed this in 2007. They have started somewhere, you will see 2008. No need to sorry. DAO stands for the Decentralized Autonomous Organization. Decentralized, okay, autonomous organization is DAO. DApp stands for the decentralized application that run without the control of a central authority. So DApp stands for the decentralized application which run without the control of, there is no central authority in that case, that is called DApp. ERC-20 is a technical standard for issuing tokens on Ethereum blockchain. I will discuss something about Ethereum blockchain, and there is a ERC-20 will be, maybe I am trying in my PPTs that lesser of the these terms could be used so that everyone will be able to understand the simplifying blockchain status, so they can relate their work accordingly. So most of the things I will not use in my PPT intentionally because I don't want to make it so technical that people will lack interest. Ether is the fuel that powers distributed Ethereum network. Okay, Ether is like a fuel which give the power. Means obviously when we are using the Bitcoin and all, the power element matters a lot. So like our car that run on the fuel, there is an Ether system is there to reduce the So fiat is the government controlled currency and is declared as a legal tender. So when we are using fiat, it is the government of that nation has approved this currency. ICO stands for initial coin offering. Okay, ICO is a term which means initial coin offering that is used by startups to raise funds by selling tokens. So startups can use ICO. Then mainnet. Mainnet is a working blockchain product that also provides the ability to transfer digital currency. Mainnet is a working blockchain product that also provides the ability to transfer digital currencies between users in a blockchain environment. So mainnet can be used for the transaction. Then a term 51% attack. 51% attack is a common vulnerability with blockchain technology. It can be exploited by a group of miners who are actually, if they control 50% of the hash rate of the whole network. So this is the process where the attack has happened. The temper can be, you know, tried. And if 51% attack is there, it means that the whole network is in the. So utility token is token that has a utility attached to it. They are used for accessing a product or services. Okay, it is just like utility which we have learned in the economics. DYOR stands for do your own research. Okay, it is being used do your work or something like that. It is do your own research in blockchain. FOMO stands for fear of missing out. Fear of missing out means that is not able to, you know, trace, or that is not feeded or something like that. FOMO is there. FUD stands for fear, uncertainty and doubt. And this FUD is because of that we need some, you know, security and integrity concern or there. So Bitcoin we all know. Okay, so user 1 2 3 4 5 6 is there. 100 0 210 150. User 1 transfer 30 Bitcoin to user 2. So user 2 has received 30. That is the normal ledger entry is there. Okay, so I think that you all are knowing what the Bitcoin is. It is just a digital currency. Okay, and it can be transferred the way we are transferring our money. There is nothing different between the functionalities. The only thing is that the authenticity of it, because we have a RBI system in India, and there is a, you know, World Bank, and there is a system of mechanism, and it is being already accepted across the world. And this mechanism is the new one, and it is in the nascent stage, and, you know, it is trying to take the actual you know, it could be the future, you know, after some more modification and all, maybe we are able to, you know, transact in Bitcoin only. So evolution of the internet revolutionized P2P sharing, point-to-point sharing. Okay, P2P sharing, where the internet actually able to connect us to one person to another. Okay, so that the internet made P2P transaction of information possible. So actually when we access internet, okay, not in the financial world, other than that, so we are actually knowingly or unknowingly, we are actually transmitting our data to from one point to another point, and from another point it can be used to some more points. And this is the way we are actually at India, at Delhi, or at you know, Chennai, but we are reaching to the rest of the world. In the same way, our financial information or the financial transaction can go with the possibility, with the, you know, help of internet to any, you know, phase. So that is the blockchain makes P2P transaction of value possible. So earlier there was you know, we don't have such a robust system there where we can reach to the you know, all the way, and for that we need to understand that blockchain help in this way. So blockchain is a cryptographic linked list data structure replicate across a network using a consensus mechanism, enabling secure value transfer between participants. So blockchain is cryptographic linked, means it has its own you know, computation mechanism, its own language, its own code, and that own language, own code has the capacity to give the, you know, to give the validation with the consensus rather than from the any authentication from the any authority. And the how the blockchain data structure is being developed, like block 0 has some information and there are some honor, block 1 has some information, some honor, okay, and there is block 2, block 3, block, and these are A, B, C, which is mentioned here, honor A, honor B, honor C. So honor A and honor B has done some of the transaction in some of the block, then there is some coding on that, and honor then block in block 1 again they have done some transaction and there is a coding on that, and that is the manner that this block is moving, and block has a structure in a way. So key driver to use blockchain, network of participants, okay, that is needed. So number of stakeholders want to execute transaction between each other, that is you know, required. Transfer of value, network participants want to transfer something of value securely and immutably. So they are actually they are actually on that verge that they have not much trust on other mode rather than this mode, and they are actually willingful to transfer to, transfer the fund without any tamper, without any hacking or something like that. No transfer intermediary. They don't want any intermediary. All value transfer between network participant is executed peer to peer. So Mr. A want to transfer to B their property, and B want to give some money to A. Okay, so that is possible only if we have a entire system in place. So in that, there is a component of a block. A single block is the block in the blockchain is constructed using a number of key elements related to identification information and the list of transaction being stored. So there is a transaction. Okay, that is the technical data. There would be the input, there will be output. Okay, this is the one side. The other side is the block or units of the blockchain. There would be header, transaction counts, block content, and that is being in place. So there is a block and transaction. Both are there within a your block. Suppose I am talking about one of the block, like I have saved my information about my personal information, my bank account, my transaction in one of the block. Okay, whatever I am doing with that is being stored in my block. Okay, so I have given an example. Every day I am doing certain things that is being stored in my blocks. Okay, so my blocks are actually interconnected because it gives some information. If I want to take some information, I will take from these with the help of these block. So my block actually, what the component my block is using, that is the different in the header there are different things which need to be. The Merkle root is there, which we will discuss in the second part. The time speed, previous block hash. Okay, every block it has three most important element. The first is the transaction, whatever I am doing. Second thing is the hash. Hash is like a signature. Whenever I have added some of the information in my block. Okay, suppose I have done some transaction on that day related to these things. This is with me. So when I save this input, okay, my block has developed some hash, means that is being signed, that is being stamped. It's like fingerprint. Okay, if I want to check, I will again put some I will again did some input on that block. So again my hash will change. My hash, my signature, my stamp, that will change. That is the uniqueness of that block. Earlier what has happened, the information was saving at one place, but everywhere, whenever I want to change it, the hash, there is no system of hash, there is no system of coding, that is not going to change. Even there is a transaction number, the transaction number will not change, but here in the hash that signature is being changed. And the third thing which the block content is the link with my previous block. Okay, means something has related with my previous blocks, that information should be there. So these three component has developed one block. Okay, and that's why that gives us some robust or some great solution in the blockchain. So what mining of blocks, how it works. Each full node in the network provides computing power to secure the network by receiving, authenticating, storing, and sharing transaction through the consensus mechanism. Consensus mechanism I will again explain in the second part how it works. It is very simple to understand that just like in a classroom, all students are knowing that you are a teacher. Okay, all students are knowing that you are a teacher. So it is automatically coming that you are a teacher, of which subject they are knowing. So it's a consensus mechanism. Everything is coming, together, and there is no authority to, prove that yes, you are a teacher. Okay, a vice chancellor is not coming to say that yes, Mohammad Jamshid is a teacher in your class. It is a consensus mechanism. Why it is being developed? Because the sum of the information is being given, and because of those information, they are able to. They all actually correlate. That is not visible, but that is in the mind. All the individuals in the classroom, they correlate that from their information. Yes, he's a teacher, he is this subject teacher, and now that is the consensus is being taking place. So that is the beauty of this blockchain. So transmission, there are some points which we need to know. Transmission, new transactions are sent to the network and stored by each node. So whenever we are doing new transaction, that is being sent to the network. So if I did some changes in my block, okay, that is not kept with my block only. Okay, if I change that, this information is circulated to the entire network. Structuring nodes select a transaction and form a structure blocks object. So these nodes are actually capable to structure the block. So nodes itself are capable enough to structure the then hashing. How it is possible? Because we have a previous, as I told you, that we have a previous block hash. So on the basis of that, they able to connect. Okay, so A could be connected to this or whatever, because of the previous hash says that it has a relationship with this, it has a relationship with this. That's why it is being connected. That is, structuring is possible with the help of these coding. Okay, hashing, again I am telling, block is hashed means, which means a calculation is performed to generate a single number. It's a unique number. It's like, signature. It's like much more than the signature, because signature keeps we cannot vary signature every time when we are inputting some of the information. But here in the hash, the things are changing everywhere. So if we change any input, so hash is being changed, and if hash is being changed and if someone else has done that, then the hash is being changed, and that is not being considered to the other nodes. That's why the check is possible. Check if hash number is below difficulty block is distributed to network, else process is repeated. So then recording, if the block meet key criteria, it is accepted by other nodes and added to their blockchain. Then there is a confirmation. As more blocks are added to the previous chain of the block become increasingly secure. So the quantity of block is much higher, the quantity of confirmation is more great. So in how the Bitcoin has started, in the beginning, guessing the Bitcoin is very easy, because it's just a numeric number, because the blockchain is relatively less. But as and when it is progressing, as the time is going on, the computations are making difficult. So all the way, blockchain has given a very unique thing, that when the things are developing, okay, when the working is going on, so slowly by slowly, your the entire system is much more unanticipated. So no one can crack it so easily. So in the beginning, some miners or someone can, you have 1 or 2 or 3 blocks. It is easy to, they may try, but that is not so easy, but they may try, and somehow they can be able to guess, and predictions are possible. But as and when these blocks are, chain will, multiplied or, increase, it is just impossible to predict even. So unspent transaction, Bitcoin stored data about users' balances in a structure based of unspent transaction output, where each output has an owner and a value. So input, we all know, every reference input must be valid and not yet spent. Signature, input output, UTXO, a user balance in the system is the total value of the set of UTXO coins for which the user has a private key. So it is again technicality. Structure, so that is being used, like if you have done some transaction, or you need to know the balance, or just like in a bank, you want to know what is the balance. The UTXO is representing that. Then there is a structure, and how it will work. It's transactions, input, output. Then it is transaction 1, 2, transaction 3, 4, 5, transaction. So this is and now it is being output, input, output, input, output, input. That is the way it is being connected. Now, the next concept in blockchain is very well known, is Ethereum network. Ethereum network is a hello.
Yes,
Am
please
I
go
audible?
on. Yes, you're audible, sir. Please go on.
Yes, sir, it is audible. Yes, sir, it is audible, sir. Go ahead.
Ethereum is a blockchain-based network similar
Yes, sir, it
to
is audible. Please go ahead.
Okay. Ethereum is again a blockchain-based network. So there are many blockchain-based network. One of the network is called Ethereum network. Okay, and every network has its own uniqueness, and it is being formed on the basis of the needs, and very much popular among them is Ethereum network. It is just like a Bitcoin, but it just there is a little bit dissimilarity between them. It is not just adding the value transaction, but it has represent a smart contract functionality. A smart contract, I will explain. Okay, a smart contract. So Ethereum has a uniqueness because it has a smart contract. What is smart contract and what is the traditional contract? Traditional contract, we all know, whenever we are going to be in a contract with someone, okay, we have to pay the amount and that person will deliver the thing. Or maybe in financial world, you know, those supplier will deliver the thing, we will put him as a creditor, and then after some time we will pay him back. So that is the old and traditional concept. What would be the new concept that we will discuss in the smart contract? Okay, because in that the company, in the traditional concept, company may say that after 30 days I will not be able to pay. Like in sugarcane industry, the raw material supplier or the farmers are not getting sugar, the cane prices, even the sugar is being exported to the Western world. So that is there, and government has realized that something is happening and these fishy things can be handled, and that is where the futures are going. So I will discuss when we will discuss in the smart contract. So Ethereum transaction had the same build up. The only difference I have said that is the smart contract that is not there in the Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is basically on that just like on the transaction front. So in Ethereum network, transaction and Ether payment transaction can be sent from one address to another address, like in Bitcoin. Contract, insert code into transaction data field and send to null address mined as a contract. Interaction, users and contracts can interact with other contracts by sending transaction to their address. System, complex contract structure can be created that are triggered based on transaction from each other. On-chain calculation can be performed and data. So everything is same. The accounts, no UTXO. There is no need of no UTXO. State stores a list of account addresses where each account has a balance. Okay, then the balance transaction is valid if sender account has a balance, then sending. So if you have a amount, then only that transaction can happen, then the computation can possible. Okay, and so that ether is being counted. Okay, then the system have a structure, okay, to handle this transaction, and then the interaction is possible. So user, buyer or seller can interact, okay, on this network, through this network, or insert code into transaction data field. So whatever the, there would be some code is there for the this. So this is the mechanism of Ethereum network. So in short, it is just a transaction which we are doing. The only thing is that here the just like in Paytm, we are just going to buy something from the vendor and we want to use Paytm. So it will only send the money if the money is available in our account. If the money is available in our account, that balance is being transferred to the seller, and if the seller received that amount, then obviously the product will come to us. So that is the simple function which is happening. And obviously there are something, the transaction is based on some of the payment structure. There would be some contract, there would be some interaction between there would be some system of doing those things, there would be some computation, how they will compute those things, and so on. So I'm just not going to the smart contract for bonds because smart contract I have not discussed yet. So blockchain and finance, blockchain based CCP and depository enable transparency and settlement risk, control of exchange market with flexible and low cost of OTC. So we all know this is the system of exchange market, OTC market. So OTC is actually connected with a different type of like exchange has a different broker, and the broker and depository together can work with the customer to providing solution. For that they have that exchange is known as stock exchanges normally. So stock exchanges actually facilitate the broker, and broker do transmit the information of the exchange, and the exchange will do some sort of activity related to the settlement, payment, and so on. And there is a system over there. Earlier we have a OTC, over the counter market. Over the counter market, we have a dealer network, and dealers are doing on behalf of the broker, and there is a physical system over there. Still, there are some way, but blockchain enabled, there is no need of any other structure. We just need a one exchange platform or one ACME. So, and that will be very well connected with all the buyer and seller. All the things has happening automatically. There is no need of any authority, authentication, settlement, and so on. Just a blockchain is needed, and all the things can happen. So in the exchange market, the cost and flexibility, and transparency, yes, transparency was there, but risk was there. But cost and flexibility, we cannot say, because the cost, it is much higher. So transparency in OTC market is less. Yes, cost is less, flexibility is more, but the risk, risk of whose risk, that is the dangerous thing. So maybe someone has purchased from the OTC market and not going to get the payment, or some, it depends on the might is right is there, the concept is there in OTC. But block enabled environment, transparency, cost, flexibility, risk in all the front, it is very easy. So you no need of any authoritative control. You just have to design the things, and automatically this system will able to manage the show. Okay, so this is the relationship of block. So again, I am discussing this traditional centralized downloading. We all know that central web server, and there are different downloaders. Okay, that was the traditional pattern. A few years back, you may have seen that these type of systems are there. When we are going to download certain things, we have to go to the system. Okay, so it is a slow single point of failure. If that server is not working, no one can able to work. So decentralized P2P downloading is what? It is fast, no single point of failure. So everyone is able to download from anywhere. So everywhere we are thinking that it is a server. So actually server doesn't exist at everywhere, but it is a system which is being used, and that is being possible. So, and all downloaders can be uploaders also. So this is the concept. I have already did this. So if now we will conclude on that front, the structure pattern. Someone requested a transaction. The request transaction is broadcast to a P2P network consisting of computer known as nodes, and these P2P network of nodes validate the transaction and the user's status using algorithm, and these are once verified, the transaction is combined with other transaction to create a block of data for the ledger. The new block is then added to the existing blockchain in a way that is permanent and unalterable. The transaction is completed. So this is the sequence, and in that sequence, the P2P network of nodes validate the transaction with the help of a verified transaction. Can involve cryptocurrency, contracts, records, or other information. So this is the way it is being, has no intrinsic value in that it is not redeemable for another commodity. Okay, has no physical form. Its supply is not determined by a central bank or any. So cryptocurrency is like that. Okay, that is nowhere, no authority, nothing is being, we can physically see that. So, and obviously that is being the role to play in the blockchain. Now we are moving, because the paucity of time, I'm just going fast. Sorry for that, because the topic is so broad, and I'm just moving toward the consensus mechanism. So I'm running a video for that, so you will be very easily understand that concept, and then we will move for the trust.
Blockchain, the hype word of 2018.
Please let me know if the video is visible, whenever the video is visible.
Sir, yes sir, I will tell you. I will notify you, sir.
Okay, please. Because I need to. Is this visible to everyone?
Yes sir, it is visible, sir.
Please.
Blockchain, the hype word of 2018. But do you know how a decentralized peer-to-peer system with no authoritative figure makes decisions? The answer lies in consensus mechanisms. There are various consensus mechanisms, but they all serve the same purpose: to ensure records are true and honest. The difference is the way the consensus is reached. Here, we will explore three types of consensus mechanisms. First, let's take a look at proof of work. In a proof of work system, transaction data is stored in blocks, validated by having people solve a complicated math problem attached to it. This is typically done by powerful computers and is known as mining. A reward in the form of a cryptocurrency is issued to the first miner who cracks the problem. Lost? Well, let's break it down. Imagine a group of treasure hunters trying to open a chest with a complicated lock attached to it. Figuring out the correct combination is tedious, but the first person to do so gets rewarded. Simply put, proof of work is a race to figure out the right combination on a treasure chest. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum use the proof of work mechanism. Next, we have proof of stake. Here, the creator of a new block, also known as a validator, is randomly chosen based on how much stake they commit to the network. Meaning to say, the higher the stake placed, the higher the chance to be selected as a validator. Let's apply this to the treasure chest scenario. Picture a group of treasure hunters vying for a chest. The chest is rewarded based on a lottery system. To participate, each hunter has to buy lottery tickets. The more each hunter buys, the higher the chance of winning. Blockchain protocols like Cardano's Ouroboros and EOS adopt the proof of stake consensus. Lastly, proof of authority. A modified form of proof of stake, here only approved parties selected based on their reputation can become validators. Let's revisit the treasure chest scenario. The group of treasure hunters form a union and pool their treasures. Based on their level of trustworthiness, a select few are appointed by the group to ensure the validity of the chest's content. IBM's Hyperledger Fabric and Ethereum's Coven testnet are some examples of blockchain systems that use proof of authority. Whilst traditional blockchain companies exist on a single consensus mechanism, some innovative ones are adopting multiple consensus protocols. Take OPET Foundation, for example, who is building a unique blockchain to store data collected on its Tuition Companion chatbot app by applying both proof of authority and proof of work protocols. Data, such as students' academic, extracurricular, and personality profiling records, are stored on the blockchain and potentially validated via a proof of authority framework powered by Hyperledger Fabric. Validators, in this instance, are reputable educational institutions or even national registrars and respective ministries of education. This helps ensure that all student data is trustworthy. But who will work for free? Proof of work consensus thus comes into play to reward validators who have performed work. With Hyperledger Fabric, each student record is secured with a private hash key owned by the student. The data can only be accessed when the students provide the unique key. This means student privacy is preserved and controlled by the student themselves. For example, when students apply to university via OPET's platform, they will provide the unique key of their records to the university. With that, the university will be able to access their latest academic records. Students will also be able to see if their records have been unlocked or at least considered for application. This boosts efficiency and transparency compared to traditional methods. By marrying the proof of work and proof of authority models, OPET Foundation's blockchain solution ensures privacy on students' data while incentivizing both educational institutions and students when they contribute to OPET's platform. With blockchains gaining popularity, it's only a matter of time before we see even more unique hybrid systems created.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing the video.
I hope things are a little fast like me. I am able to, I can understand, because if I will go slow, I will not able to catch the the entire syllabus. Means I hope that things are clear. Consensus mechanism has three ingredients, and it depends upon the blockchain which we are structuring, whether we want to put all the three and take two out of this, because in the traditional system, one of it is already being used. Like if you are going to open an account in any bank, they may ask for the your records, your documents, and they keep these things in the software that is there. And whenever anything has happened, they are checking with their softwares. But blockchain has given some more, what we call it, dynamics. So now I think that I'm moving to the next step, that is related with the, oh my God, how it happened. So what is blockchain used for? It is used for exchange of assets. Okay. So these assets, we all know what the assets mean. Asset means an asset can be anything of value, include physical or non-physical assets like currency, real estate, inventory, anything. Okay. Participant, organization or people who take part in the digital business network who exchange these assets. Transaction, submitted by a participant to affect the assets exchange itself, during which there is a change of state. So whenever we are transacting, any participant transacting anything, my block actually is created that exchange, and a new block is created. Wherever there is a change of state, there is a new block. Whenever there is a changes of the state, there would be the new block. Why these blocks are being made? Because the maximum we are able to save. Okay. So now, why do we need block? How it happened? Sorry. So that is the trust, because I already told you in the beginning of my first slide that the trust deficit, is actually giving the direction to think about the blockchain, because blockchain was not, identified in 2008. In the previous literature in 1991 or something like that, 1993, there are some work on the blockchain has happened, like neural network. It is not the we come to know about that now, because these all algorithm, these all the programming, these all is possible now because of the the modification and changes in the technological front are making these things possible. Because earlier we was able to think, but we are not able to implement it because we don't have the systems in place, we don't have the procedure, we don't know how to do these things. So the computer science and computer engineering has developed those mechanisms and some of the these thought process into a workable solution. And when we have solution, then only we are thinking about that if that previous system has a trust deficit, there's a chances of big things, big jerk can be, which was evident. So why not we will develop something which has much more security and so on. So for that we can say the seller doesn't trust the buyer doesn't trust the seller. In nowadays the things are very much easily, we cannot trust on anyone, and we cannot give money to anyone, because if you have given the money, there is no sanctity that that person will do the work or not. Okay, if you will go to the government officials, you will rely these things. Even if you are somebody is known to you. Okay, one of the broker who is my friend, he called me the day before yesterday that one of the employee who is with him from last 7 or 8 years, and he himself has given the training and all to that person at the verge of COVID, when the COVID is on the peak at Delhi. He did some he transferred some of the shares from the broker's account to his account, and he ran away with that 5 lakhs rupees. So it is possible because we have the system where we are believing on a trust of a person. So here is the thing where we need to develop a system. The system itself need to be trustworthy. Okay, we need not to mention that the person is trustworthy or not. Okay, the things are trustworthy or not. So like in land, if you will go with the property documentation, you will see there are many mistrusts are there. That the pending cases in the judiciary is much more for the civil nature, and every family is disturbed with these things because there is no mechanism. So if we have that systems in place, we can develop the mechanism. If the mechanism will be in place, then the solution will be possible. So can we have a system where trust exists on the transaction and not on any authority? So can we develop a system? Then the answer is that yes, blockchain can make it possible. So that is what the trust is being taken care of. How can to build trust? Okay, tampering, lack of transparency, confirmation, double spending problem. These are the problem. Tampering everywhere, forged documents. Okay, wrong papers. Okay, you cannot even if you are sitting in your home and some call has came to you and they're asking, oh, my OTP is luckily gone to your mobile, why not you are sharing to me, because I am in a world of filling the fees of OTP, and luckily I have feeded the wrong mobile number, and you just shared the OTP because of humanity, and that OTP, okay, has taken all the money, that the person has taken all the money from your bank account. And that is the thing which we need to understand, that if every now and then these type of things are happening, so that we need to understand that these should needed to be solved, and for that we need to build a system which has a trust. Okay, that should not happen. So immutability for trust, immutability means no one can tamper, no one can change. If they are changing, the new block is developed. Okay, and if the new block is developed, the other block is not ready to recognize that new block, because there is a tampering happened. Okay, there is something happened with that block, that information is not synchronized with the all block, and that's why the transaction has been failed. So if that mechanism is there, rather than OTP only, we would have a mechanism, whereas whenever that thing has happened, then some changes, some new mobile phone is being used, okay, something new is being happened, so the blockchain itself is going to know what are the things has happened. And that's why, so this is the immutability for will will develop some trust. Okay, and hash is a mathematical algorithm, we all know. So immutability is possible with the help of crypto technology, and crypto technology, it's not actually whole. So I have given a link which you can see after the some leisure time if you have. So the crypto technology, how much money would you have if you double 1 cent every day for 1 month? So cryptocurrency is going to count like that. And how it is going to count? Okay, and how does that translate to 256-bit electronic signature? That is like that. Okay, so now this is the mechanism. Here the things, the trapping, the things, it is a little bit not easier, and this is the mechanism. Okay, private key, public key, there would be two verification thing. So in the private key there's signature and something, in the public key there are some information, and I will explain it later on, but it's a, so that's why it is making more tamper free. So provenance for trust, problem was transparency, solution distributed ledger. Okay, so transparency, whenever any transaction has happened, that information is spread towards all the chain member everywhere, so that the authentication and things can be very much possible. So the chain is the ledger. The chain itself is like a ledger. A clear picture of the history of the chain itself gives you confidence that helps create trust. So that is the, here provenance is being solved with the help of distributed ledger. So then I have already discussed this. So this distributed ledger will work in these forms. Okay, different station, different link, or there are different decentralized elements, or there are distributed things. So the distributed ledger can work on any of these networks. Finality for trust. So the problem, double spending, solution, finality, new block. So double spending can be reduced, means the duplication omissions can be reduced when we are creating every time a new block. So doubling spending problem can be solved. So seller A cannot, the things cannot happen twice or thrice, because everywhere, we are working on the verification, that is proof of work. So suppose if the proof of work is there, if someone has done something and that has happened within a fraction of second, and the actual work, actual time which need to cater is not there, this is an example, then that proof of work will able to recognize that the things are not happening. So you may have seen that in the Google, if you log in with new devices, that the mail alert, if you have you have the mail alert that will come to your mailbox that you have been logged in with the new device. That is nothing but developing a trust. So consensus for trust. Okay, so again, there is no central authority, verification, acceptance, or that is the way it is being solved. I have already explained this. So consensus is coming, no central authority is there. Build trust in a trustless system. How can we build trust in a trustless system? So these are the solution: immutability, provenance, finality, consensus. That will build a new norm and new system where we are not believing on any authority rather than the believing on the processes. So now we need to develop a processes in place rather than the authoritative figures is there. So the need of the government, a need of the governance is going to be changed. The need of governance is not to open up industries and things and so on, rather making a process so much better with the help of these new technologies, so that everything will be catered, so everything can be solved within that. There is no chance of any interventions, so that is possible. I have shown in the figure itself that what does it meaning. Okay, so it is replacing any central bank, it is for the verification, it is for the distributed ledger, it is for crypto technology and so on. So adding value through blockchain. So how can we add value? Recordation, track ownership of the physical asset, that is possible. Value exchange, transfer of ownership. A smart contract I have not discussed, so I am not saying right now. Buying a car in a minute, not delay. So it is possible with the help of a smart contracts. So here the purpose is to save the transaction or transaction related things. So build trust in a trustless system is possible only with the help of smart contracts. Now the next topic is, we are running out of time actually. Forking. Forking is again a condition where the state of the blockchain diverges into different chains, where one chain operates by different rules other than the chain. So if there is a chain, okay, and whenever we are actually trying to make diverge this, okay, suppose if this is the solution earlier, okay, this solution would be what we are running on some capacity, and now we want to run in some other capacity. So maybe we don't want to disturb the earlier one, we are making a one chain, and we want to develop some new thing, so there is a new chain, and that system is called forking. And it has two components, soft forking and hard forking. Soft fork means backward compatibility changes made to a blockchain. So anything which we are doing for the backward only, that is a soft fork. Miners can still interact with the blockchain without updating. No blockchain splits are necessary in the soft fork. Example are Bitcoin improved proposal 66 for signature validation. So signature validation has take place. Suppose the Bitcoin has been started and there is something which has not developed at that time. So if we want to develop afterwards and we want to implement that, so we can do that with the help of soft fork. And hard fork is something where blockchain diverges into different chains that operate by different rules than the other, require the user to make a choice between one chain to the another. So I told you earlier we was working on 1 MB, and now we want to work on the 8 MB because the capacity of 1 MB is lesser. Okay, we can transaction very few things, and for 8 MB we can transaction very more thing and much faster. So if we want to transfer that, so we will not going to deviate from the last earlier things, and we will continue. So I'm just, because short of time, I'm just moving. I will have to. So what is the, whether is the blockchain overhyped? Kya block is this? So the truth is, no online database will replace your daily newspaper. This is the truth. No online database will replace your daily newspaper. If you have a habit to read a newspaper, if you know the what is the important it has, so no online database will remove this habit. No CD-ROM can take place of a competent teacher. If you are a competent teacher, no CD-ROM, no online, no mechanism is going to finish you. No one can take your place, and no computer network will change the way government works. Or that is also the thing, that there is no computer network which we are going. It's just a facilitator. So expectation and the delivery. Okay, there would be, if disappointment, the networks building the blockchain and these things could give the solution, but the thoughtful mind will not given by these blockchains. The thoughtful mind, it depends upon the government understanding, the governance understanding, the persons, the experts understanding that no software is going to. So whomsoever is not knowing these technicalities, it doesn't mean he don't have any knowledge. No, he have much more knowledge than that. Okay, because he could be the person or she could be the person who are designing much more things which software is not going to understand. But software are making the process more, better, and there is a chance. So 9 verticals of blockchain transformation has taken place in technology, in media, in law and crime, transportation, government service, human finance, and so on. So blockchain digital transportation is witnessed in IT industry, in media, all the sort of media you have seen, law and crime in some of the countries it is there, then transportation, logistic, and so on, government services even attached with that, human right, finance, you all know, contracts, entertainment, and the laws is being passed on that. In from 2017-19, leading sector which is using blockchains are supply chains, fintechs, financial technologies, retail, shipping, mining, healthcare, and insurance. These are the leading sector which we are using, and how they are using, that is the connecting enterprises which are implementing. So I have given some of the example like FedEx, Alibaba, okay, Apple, Facebook, okay, they are using blockchains. Okay, they are the part of it, and they are using those at a Samsung, UPS. Okay, so this is the Indian company. So there are many companies who are using MetLife. Okay, so there are many companies who are using this as a for the purpose. And now the new things which is there in existence, that is Web 3.0. You are not I told you that you no need to go anywhere to learn blockchain itself is coming to you to absorb you. So Web 3.0 is a third generation internet. It actually have all the server based databases, and this new internet is actually much more complex. And with the passage of time, I have shown that Web 1, Web 2, Web 3, and here we are going towards the user centric but decentralized, private and secure, where we are able to do most of the things. And these webs are changing. Web 3 benefit, so there are many benefits attached with it. I'm sorry, I have a short of time, and I would have to discuss it sometime else. So if you have any issue, any questions, sorry for that, I have not given you time. I will be here, and those who want to leave, they can leave. We will meet again at 11:45, I suppose, and those who have a question, they can stay, they can ask. I am here only.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, sir. This is
Madam, excuse me. And here there is a simple instruction to the participants. Attendance is maintained by the AICTE at the portal, and it is mandatory that they have to maintain 80% of attendance in order to get the certificate. So I request you to ensure your presence for the next 4 days, and also kindly submit your assignment without delay. And assignment we will be able to access for your performance, and we have to upload in the AICTE adapter. And thank you so much. And for the next session, we will be having a little break. Yes, we will have a little break of 15 minutes, and we will continue with this session. And I request all the participants to switch on their camera and to display themselves for a period of 20 minutes. Participants, I repeat again.
Can I ask some question?
The questions can be asked at the end of the session. We will have the continuation after the 15 minutes.
Okay, got it.
Yes, thank you, madam.
May I leave for the moment, Sundarji?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Participants, I request you all to please switch on their camera. since this is very essential, we have to upload in the AICTE portal. We request all the participants to camera for a while, at least for 15 to 20 minutes.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir.
Yes, madam.
So you need
Yes, madam.
us to switch on the camera.
Yeah.
For
Can you please switch on your camera?
is it okay, sir?
Switch on the camera. Still, we could see that there are certain participants who have not on their camera.
Can we switch off camera now?
Yeah, Ashok Kumar sir, Shalu madam. We have to record this in university. Subha, madam. Partha sir, Kamal sir, bhi, madam.
Sir, till when we have to be switch on this?
Just for 20 minutes, madam. Madam Vijayalakshmi, please mute your audio.
Okay.
You can mute your audio. Okay, thank you, participants. Yeah, and kindly rejoin by 11:45. Please rejoin by 11:45.
Can we switch off the video?
Yeah. Thank you all the participants for switching on their video. Thank you so much, and you please rejoin the session by 11:45 exactly. Okay.